Welcome to our podcast, Marketers. My name is Camilo Dilon. I'm your host. Today, our chat will be with a CEO, managing director of an agency, cosmos.ie, and he's a lecturer as well in multiple universities. Yeah, and she as well. She's here. And Lou, thank you so much to being here for your time. And thank you so much, Stephen.
You're welcome. Yeah.
I'm really happy to have you here.
Thank you for the opportunity, as much as anything else. Yeah, it's great to meet and all the team as well. Yeah. But a bit about me personally. Well, I suppose I would have started my career in marketing. So I did my basic degree in marketing, then I did my master's in the Michael Smurfit School of Business in marketing. Subsequent to that, I kind of cut my teeth in terms of marketing with the Dixon Stores Group. So I would have set up Currys in PC World around the country. Worked for head office for Dixon Stores Group. For about 3 years, I got my marketing experience, particularly in retail, in the retail environment. But I'm an automotive enthusiast. I'm a bit of a petrol head, so I was always going to head in the direction of the car industry. So I worked for Fiat Group for about 10 or 15 years. Huge group, of course. Fiat worked, Ferrari, Maserati, Case New Holland. It really was a dream come true. I loved my time working with them. Subsequently, we had the big crash, and subsequently to that then I worked on contract. So I would have been involved in setting up Renault Bank in Ireland, so Renault Credit International. I was lucky to have I've got fluent French as well. Subsequently then I worked on contract for Mercedes-Benz Ireland, so I would have been involved in setting looking after their commercial vehicle side of their business. But throughout that time I recognised the need that there was a big move towards away from kind of push marketing as it's known, towards pull marketing. And I went back and I studied e-commerce, and I did a diploma in e-commerce as well. And so I set up my own agency subsequently. I'd love to say it was this big bright light moment and I had this idea, I'm going to set up an agency. Unfortunately, it didn't happen for me that way. What happened effectively was just friends and people that I knew just said, look, we've nobody to look after our website, we've nobody to do our search engine optimization, we've nobody to do these things for us. Stephen, you've done the study, you seem to be the expert, can you look after that? And so it just snowballed from there. And that's how I grew my business. My business is cosmos.ie, as you mentioned, and it stands for Company Online Social Media Outsourced Solutions.
Okay.
And it's probably because of the nature of digital marketing is changing so constantly, that's really helped us because particularly SMEs, small to medium-sized enterprises, they just can't keep up with all the change, and as a result of that, they just like to, they like in particular to us to try and help them keep on top of all the changes that are happening in terms of digital marketing. So that's kind of helped grow my business to what it is today. I'm at the moment, we're based in, our main office is in Naas, and I also have a small company in Malta as well. Yep.
Cool. I'd like to know how that happened with you. Like, for example, you start your business here and you have the business as well in Malta. Like, how this kind of expansion happened?
I suppose it just happened naturally. I suppose part of my good wife, she works in tourism and would have had a lot of connections over in Malta. And as a result, I was travelling on occasion. I've had an occasion to travel to Malta, and I suppose it just built up connections over time. But the vast majority of my business, most of my clients would be in Ireland. We're looking to expand, and that's one of the reasons that we're recruiting, is because at this stage we just need to grow the team because business is growing exponentially as a result.
That is an amazing news. So that means you are...
It's great. Well, people say growth happens overnight, but I've been at it for a few years now, so it's great to see that all that hard work, dedication, is starting to pay off. Because
Lovely.
It's like search engine optimization. It doesn't happen overnight, but just being consistent at it all the time, the growth has come just by being consistent.
Definitely. And basically something else that always I'm share with people that they talking about digital marketing area. Sometimes they think everything will be growth so fast and quickly, and can be, but that no means to be sustainable. and when you really care about your business, that is something else that you really have to take care. So I
Yeah, absolutely.
if you worry about that, I think that is a good sign.
Yeah.
So, and I'm delighted to know you are hiring. So that means there are more opportunity in the marketing area for us, from my members, of course. As a company owner working with diverse nationalities, how has this enriched your team approach to marketing?
Well, I think it's helped in lots of different areas. I'd say both in terms of diversity of ideas, cultural perspectives, even new ways of thinking. I think of one individual in particular who will remain nameless, but she was from Colombia, and her degree was in organic chemistry, believe it or not, and she had a master's in then at once particular specialization of organic chemistry, but she brought a different perspective of how to look at problems that I wouldn't have thought of with anybody with a business degree or even a marketing degree. So that ability to think outside the box, to think of it a different way. They also bring in terms of experience of dealing with different types of customers. Customers are different in different markets. All of that ability to deal with customers in different ways means that they have different ways of creating solutions. It means they have an idea of different cultural preferences. All of that helps because even the market in Ireland at this stage is very culturally diverse, and you have to be able to adapt and make sure that your products or services adapt to the market.
Yeah, that makes completely sense because like basically some people they have their own experience and their own challenge and they have to be creative, isn't it, to solve their problems. And then maybe from that it's easy or it's I don't say easy, I think easy is a strong word, but can be possible you see a different perspective from a situation, so yeah, that is
But if I have to
interesting.
sum it up in one word, I'd say creativity. That ability to think in different ways, that they add that creativity, that innovation. I think if I was to say, put it in kind of one box, that diversity as allowed and enabled creativity.
Okay, that sounds great. Next question. Imagine that a marketer will start to develop digital marketing strategy for different markets, such Ireland, UK, and US. So, for example, at the moment I'm working in a startup, and then we have a different market, different industry. So, what tips, what advice you would give to that professional that they start them first time work with different region, different locations?
Yes, yeah. Well, one of the tools that we use for all of our clients, in fact, is SOSTAC by P.R. Smith, and that's situation, objectives, your strategy, your tactics, and your control. But that S element, that situation, that SWOT analysis, that PESTLE, that looking at the political, economical, social, technological, legal, and environment in which you're operating. And that can be very simply answered by good market research, understanding the market that you're getting into. People kind of in the European context, people kind of assume that we need to be on Google, we need to use Google Ads and everything else. But if you look at the market in America, it is not entirely Google dominated. It has still got other search engines which are still quite strong. Different social media channels have different strengths and presences in different markets. So you really need to have a deep understanding of the importance of market research before you start jumping into a particular market and using particular types of tools. So you need to really understand the market very well before you jump.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And other point that I think kind of can add to that, it is sometimes I feel the marketers they put themselves as a possible clients, like they put them on expectation and what they have to do or they want to do. Oh no, I hate social media A, I love social media B, I prefer social media C. So then like it doesn't matter what you want, what you like. What matters it is, okay, what is good for the business, what is good for your client, what is good for them, the client of your client,
Absolutely,
so yeah.
absolutely. And that's where whenever we're taking on a client, you have to be really, really diligent at making sure the brief is very clear, that they understand, well, what is the objectives? What are you trying to achieve? Because only then the strategy and tactics will follow what your overall objective is. Yeah.
Yep, lovely. I have another one. So, what is the any? Was there any situation in which you gave an opportunity to an immigrant that caught your attention and you'd like to share?
Particularly, I suppose, what comes to mind immediately is Tony in the office. So, number one, thanks for Tony for organising all this. Well done, Tony. But of course, Tony's he's actually come from India. And he's absolutely been dedicated. And one thing that I would say that those people that has really stood out is that their ability for resilience. He's worked hard to be where he is. He's had to adapt to a new culture, very different to his own. He's had to come to a new country, learn to adapt it, lots of different aspects of his life. But he's been resilient to do so. But even to come to another country, I admire somebody who's got the courage, determination, and resilience to come and do something like that. He did his internship. Again, he did a 6 months internship, which he did. Subsequently that, he was taken on as a part-time employee, and then he became a full-time employee, and in doing so, then getting the critical skills employment permit. But that, for me, is a demonstration of resilience, and that to me stood out as being, well, there are genuinely people who are really committed to being part of the Irish community, who want to be here, who want to work hard. And for me, that was really an inspiration. And he's helped me too, and not just in the business. We work together as a team. He's created a great team.
I love your answer.
Thank you. Thank you.
Like it's because imagine you are talking with an immigrant as well. I faced all this challenge to try to have my work permit, and sometimes look like it's never gonna happen.
Yes.
Looks like doesn't matter what you're doing. Looks like okay, what I have to do.
Well, I suppose that is the very function of the work permits. Those people who really want it will work hard and get it, and that's the idea of it. You're dedicated, you're here, we can see, and it's identified, it's rewarded. You're being consistent. You've come, and you've got that resilience to keep going. And these are the type of people that you want as workers. This is the type of workers that the economy needs. Building a business isn't about building a product or service. It's about building the right team around you. And once you have the right team around you, you can do anything. And people with those kind of skills, they are the right people to have around you as part of your team, because they will do whatever it takes to get it done. They will improvise. They'll make sure that whatever it needs to happen, happens.
Okay, yeah, that makes completely sense. What are the top 3 marketing jobs that are most wanted in Ireland, from your perspective?
Particularly from my perspective, I think there's going to be kind of key positions that are going to become more and more important going into the future. Strategically, it's going to be very important. AI in particular, deep understanding of everything, the changes that are happening as a result of AI. Prompt engineering. I don't know whether you've prompt engineering, and that is effectively effectively what it is now is that you have the answer to just about everything on your phone and using AI. But you'll only get the right questions if you ask the right, only get the right answers if you ask the right questions.
Yes.
And understanding what the right questions are for your client is going to be very, very important. So making use of that. So I would say skills in terms of understanding AI, prompt engineering, all the area in terms of content marketing. Particularly the growth area, of course, is video content. Understanding how to make really good, engaging, quality content in terms of video content is going to be very, very important. SEO, SEM, yes, it's important, but again, because of AI, the algorithm is becoming very much self-learning forms of algorithm, so it's teaching itself how to get better. So SEO, in my view, will probably become not as important as understanding elements of AI, whereas SEO has been hugely significant and important for the last number of years. I think as an area of expertise, it's important, will start to diminish, I believe.
For example, imagine someone, they are starting in marketing, they're a student, and then they don't know what type of area they will be focused in. For example, they be social media, or they work as an SEO specialist, or like, so there are particular, I don't know, job titles that you think they could focus.
Well, my advice to any student like that would be to go to start with a small agency, because if you're working for a small agency, you have to do everything from search engine optimization to website design to managing social media to doing analyzing those analytics that are used in social media. So you're getting a taste and a flavor for each of those areas, from extracting a brief from a client to client-facing issues to talking with customers. So particularly if you're working for a small agency, you've got to get exposed to lots of different areas, and then you can choose to stay kind of a generalist, or you can say, well, this is an area that I'm particularly interested in. I'm particularly interested in developing that content area of AI. So maybe that's something that I want to pursue. And any good agency will allow you the flexibility to go and explore that and see, well, what can you extract, or what value can extract from that, so that you can make contribute to the agency.
That made completely sense. That was exactly what I did. I did everything.
Well done. Yeah.
So I started, like work with the lead generation, and then after lead generation, but like in a really, really not sophisticated way. Just literally they doing an advertise on TV, and I was pick up the calls and doing them in a spreadsheet and send the details to the sales team. And then after that, like creating blogs, and then create content and designer and edit video, everything. I was kind of a
Jack of all trades. Jack of all trades. Yeah, so
I was trying thinking what exactly I was. We say in Portuguese, urgência is
urgência.
Like, yeah.
Okay. Oh, very good. Yeah. So, Jack of all trades. Yeah.
So tell people how they can talk to you, how they can find you. Of course, you see the link in the description in this video. But I'd like you to tell them how they can follow you, or maybe talk a little bit about your project, doing your promotional. So it's your time.
Absolutely. Well, the website is cosmos.ie, cosmos.ie. That's us. And I suppose we do search engine optimization, digital marketing, social media planning. Follow me on LinkedIn is a great place. It's always a great place to start. Even when most of the time when I'm recruiting, it's starting with LinkedIn. So it is. It's the best way probably to get in touch with me and contact me via LinkedIn. I mightn't always get back to you very quickly, as you can imagine, but I will always get back to you at some point. Yeah.
Today we do answer.
Okay.
Or eat.
Oh, okay.
Answer or eat.
Oh, very good. Okay.
How do I be? So.
Must warn you, I'm allergic to everything.
Oh no, you are.
I'm only joking. Only joking.
So you have, I make a question, okay? You have to select, you have to decide, you have to choose.
Okay.
Will you answer or will you eat?
Okay.
Okay. And if you answer, please don't answer with yes or no, because that is not fair. Okay. You have properly to answer and give an explanation about the question. Okay. Fair enough.
And if I can't, I just have to eat.
I give that to you, please. Before you decide, you have to show to the camera your answer, okay? Lovely. So then my first question, what are some ridiculous things that customer have done or request to you?
Okay, well that's easy. I can answer that one. Phew, I'm saved. Okay. I was very worried because they had some cat food on the table earlier. But no, I got to answer that one. The most ridiculous things that customers have done requested. The most ridiculous thing that they've done maybe is I've had one customer come to me, and effectively they just spent 30,000 on their website, and then they were spending nearly €2,500 a month on their Google Ads campaign, and I just couldn't believe what I was seeing, because
I'm shocked.
2,500 on a Google Ad campaign. Their website didn't work properly, and so the Google Ads were directing to a website that wasn't mobile optimized. They had a big video on the homepage, which they'd paid €5,000 for, which was slowing down the website, so it wasn't even getting ranked on Google. So my first thing that I did was I said, look, and it's one of the reasons, the why of my business. Simon Sinek, he talks about the why of the business. Well, the why of my business was one of the reasons to stop businesses, particularly small to medium-sized enterprises, spending and wasting their money on Google ad campaigns and doing it right from the beginning. So the organic and natural SEO, making sure their website is working correctly, all of that. and stop the nonsense. But no, that's the craziest thing I've seen. I felt like taking the credit card off them and saying, I'm cutting it in half, because he could have got the same results for about €500, and he was spending €2,500, and I just said, stop. You know what I mean? And he did. To be fair, he took the advice. He changed his website, and in the end, after a period of about 18 months, he actually wasn't using Google Ads at all anymore. He was just achieving such good organic results from his social media, from his now optimized website, that he just didn't need to be reliant on Google Ads anymore.
Wow. So I thought you come here with an experience that the clients, like, for example, they want a Super Bowl and they have like a €10 to pay. So
that happens too, I'm sure.
I'm sure. I work in few agencies and I know how things works. Yes. So, okay. So that means for next question, someone who eats something. Which type of client do your marketing agency let go?
What type of clients do we let go? Oh, I'd like to answer that one too. I'm not sure we're going to get to anything to eat this evening. The clients that I like to let go are those, I suppose, vanity versus reality. What I mean by that is they're those clients who just want lots and lots of followers. I like those numbers, like the numbers game, but don't like the reality. And what I mean is that we want to spend X amount, we want to spend a couple of €100, and we want to get thousands of followers, okay? And their vanity metrics, I call them, that they come in, well, we want to have lots and lots of... It doesn't matter whether you have 1 million followers or 100 followers. What matters is, is engagement, and that getting people to actually engage, comment, and share on that. So if you have 100 followers on X and they're constantly commenting and they're the right type of followers, that's much more valuable to you than having 1 million followers on X and nobody's engaging with you.
Definitely.
So clients, I've had to get rid of clients who just wanted vanity, just wanted that, because in the long term it's not going to work for them. They're going to get frustrated with us and get disappointed because they're not going to see the results at the other end. Our focus is very much getting value for the client. And if we can't convince them that this is the right way to get value, this is the long term, this is going to be successful for you, and they just want to focus on vanity, we're not going to help them just focus on followers and vanity KPIs, I call them.
That make completely sense. It's like companies or, influencers that they want to buy followers.
Yes, yeah, it's nonsense. Yeah.
Don't do it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
No, DNA is no, don't do it in Irish. So I'm learning.
Mahan Colleen. Yeah. Mahu.
So, no, you it. Tell me.
She's determined to get me to eat something.
Tell me the name of.
Is it Brazilian? What you've got to offer me?
No, it's from Ireland.
Okay.
Tell me the name of the client that you hate more.
Oh, well, I can't.
Then close your eyes.
Drum roll.
I can do ASMR here.
Drum roll.
Look. Working in Ireland. Okay.
I have to keep my eyes closed the whole time.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Don't look. Now put your hands here. And don't look, and put your mouth and name it.
Okay. And do I have to try and identify it?
No.
No.
What do you think is that?
Lettuce.
You ate flowers.
Flowers, okay. Pansies, was it?
It's edible flowers.
No, very good. They're pansies, aren't they? She doesn't know what she's feeding me. They could be poisoned ivy.
No. In the shopping said it's edible
that's okay.
flowers. And I had that in a restaurant as well. So
very good.
Yeah?
Not bad. Yeah.
Good, isn't it?
Not
Your
bad.
snack if you want
Thank
more.
you.
Now we go for the third block and last one, but not less important, because the third block we discuss about. Look, the question that you do for Stephen. If a student wants to get better at marketing, what is the 3 skills should they focus on? Don't answer now. That is just for the third block.
Okay.
What shouldn't a job applicant to do when applying to an agency, and what qualities or actions make you want to hire a candidate. So I believe that is really important you listen that from a CEO of an agency, but these extra questions will be for the pro members of the Marketing Island community. So if you are a pro member of Marketing Island community, so see you there. Up next, exclusive content for pro members. Join now to access all our special content and workshops. Just become a pro member, scan the QR code. See you there!